Dr. Margarita Consolacion, Casabar, Ballesteros.
Dr. Margarita Consolacion Casabar Ballesteros works at the Philippine Department of Education as Director for the International Cooperation Office. She is the department's senior focal person for partnerships with multilateral and bilateral agencies, the private sector, local government units, national government agencies, and civil society organizations. She oversees the department's International Cooperation Office and represents the department when working with the Department of Foreign Affairs and all other international organizations.
Prior to joining the department, she served at the Commission on Higher Education as Teacher Education Program Development Officer, Chief of Staff, and Executive Assistant of the Chairperson, permanent alternate to the UNESCO Education Sector, and Supervising Education Program Specialist for non-conventional programs.
She took part in OSAID, UNESCO, and SIMEO projects in higher education, having been involved in many activities related to gender awareness and development, as well as the recognition of higher education diplomas and degrees. She was a part of the technical working group for the crafting of the policy for open educational resources. She headed a team in collaboration with OSAID for the review and revision of the policies, guidelines, and standards for teacher education in the Philippines from 2006 to 2008, resulting in the published book, Ripples of Change, Teacher Education Journey in the Philippines, and the eventual release of a new policy for pre-service teacher education by CHED.
With the Department of Education, Dr. Ballesteros heads the Asia-Pacific Economic Community HRDWG Secretariat in the Philippines with 9 other government agencies as members. With this work, she sits in the APEC meetings representing the education sector with representatives from CHED and TESDA. She was the former chair of the SIMEO Center for Lifelong Learning based in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. She is the focal person for ASEAN and SIMEO affairs of DepEd and shepherds the teacher exchange programs with Korea, Australia, Japan, and the United States. In collaboration with UNESCO Asia Pacific Center for International Understanding based in Korea, she is also involved in programs and projects on global citizenship education. She is also the Philippine representative at the International Task Force for Teacher Education and sits as Asia Pacific representative for the reference group of ITTF overseeing the evaluation of teacher education programs.
Dr. Ballesteros' expertise includes internationalization in education, foreign language, transnational education, distance learning, teacher education, global citizenship education, equivalency programs, diplomatic protocols and social graces, lifelong learning programs and activities, events management, and girls guiding.
She has taught English to international students from Africa, Colombia, Venezuela, and Italy, while she was in Italy for 6 years. 2 years as foreign language teacher at the Conservatory of Music at the Centro Escolar University and at the Graduate School of St. Paul University, and 7 years at the Grade School Department of St. Paul College, Vigan City.
Dr. Ballesteros has a master's degree in developmental psychology and spiritual theology at the Pontifical University, Rome, Italy, and in reading education at the Philippine Normal University. She also has a PhD in public administration and governance. At present, she's taking international relations and foreign diplomacy. The Royal Institute of Singapore has recognized her achievements and has awarded her doctor fellowships at the Royal Institute for Education, the Royal Institute of Management, the Royal Institute for Public Administration, and for International Education.